1800 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Chairing National Coordination Committee on Housing, Prime Minister has emphasized to facilitate the poor in availing loans from the banks while taking care of their self-esteem. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, Information Minister says the economy has been revived and till the coronavirus indicators are on the positive trajectory. Foreign Office spokesperson has categorically rejected a false media report on Financial Action Task Force. Pakistan says any misadventure by India in Gilgit-Baltistan or Azad Jammu and Kashmir will invite a full-spectrum response by it. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Kashmiri leadership has strongly condemned the surge in incidents of state terrorism and genocide of Kashmiris by Indian troops in the territory. In Lebanon, President has designated Saad al-Hariri as Prime Minister to form a new government. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has emphasized to facilitate the poor in availing loans from banks while taking care of their self-esteem. Chairing National Coordination Committee on Housing, Construction and Development in Islamabad today, he asked all the provinces to massively use the portal to make the loan approval process transparent and prompt. Governor State Bank Dr. Raza Bakir briefed the meeting about provision of loans to the poor and the middle class on easy installments. Heads of banks assured the government to facilitate promotion of the construction sector and enabling poor segments of the society to build their own houses. The meeting was apprised that technology is being used to reduce the time period in the process of provision of loans to verify antecedents of the borrowers. The Prime Minister was informed that more private banks will also start provision of the loans soon. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Shibli Faraz has said the opposition parties want to weaken the country and democracy. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, he said the opposition parties want to create chaos and uncertainty as they are scared that their politics will end if Prime Minister Imran Khan succeeds in his mission to take the country forward on the path of progress and development. The Information Minister said the opposition parties can no longer fleece the masses through their political drama based on invested interests. Shibli Faraz said the economy has been revived and all the economic indicators are on the positive trajectory. He admitted that there is price hike, but Prime Minister Imran Khan is striving hard to control the situation. He regretted that the opposition parties want clash among the institutions. Advisor to the Prime Minister on Accountability and Interior, Shehzad Akbar, on this occasion said the PPP government in Sindh fanned controversies on the incident that took place at the mausoleum of founding father Quaid-e-Azam. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says Pakistan and Uzbekistan enjoy deep fraternal relations and leadership of both the countries is committed to further strengthen the bilateral relations. He expressed these views during a telephonic conversation with Foreign Minister of the Republic of Uzbekistan, Abdulaziz Kamilov, today. He said Pakistan is committed to continue its reconciliatory efforts for the establishment of peace in the region, including Afghanistan. Both the foreign ministers also agreed to increase the trade volume between the two countries. Pakistan has categorically rejected a false media report on Financial Action Task Force. Responding to media queries regarding role of Saudi Arabia in assessment of Pakistan's FATF action plan, Foreign Office spokesperson Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry rejected the story circulating in a segment of the media on false and baseless situation. He said Pakistan and Saudi Arabia enjoy strong fraternal ties and the two countries have always cooperated with each other on all matters of bilateral, regional and international importance. He said the FATF will announce its assessment of Pakistan's progress on the action plan and the future course of action after conclusion of its plenary meeting. Pakistan says any misadventure by India in Gilgit-Baltistan or Azad Jammu and Kashmir will invite a full-spectrum response by it. This was stated by Foreign Office spokesman Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry while responding to a question during weekly news briefing in Islamabad today. The spokesperson said the Indian leadership must not underestimate the resolve of Pakistani nation as well as the capacity, professionalism and the level of preparedness of our battle-hardened armed forces. He said the entire nation stands absolutely united against any ill designs by India. Zahid Hafiz said, our advice to India would be to peacefully resolve disputes with its neighbors, including the Jammu and Kashmir dispute, for lasting peace in South Asia. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. President Dr. Arif Alvi has underlined the need to enhance online and distant education system to enable the people to benefit from easy access of learning. He was talking to President International Islamic University Islamabad, Dr. Hatul Hamoud Al Ubaidi and Ambassador of Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, Nawab Saeed Al Maliki, in Islamabad today. The President asked to develop linkages between IIUI and universities of the Saudi Arabia as well as reputed educational institutions all over the world. It also stressed the need that Pakistan and Saudi Arabia should further expand bilateral ties for the mutual benefit. Azad Jammu and Kashmir President Sardar Masood Khan has said that India is the most violent state of the world, which has illegally occupied Kashmir since last 7 decades. Addressing a seminar in Swabi, he said India is committing massive human rights violations in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and desecrated every known international law. He said we must make it a global issue to be discussed in every country and state of the world as our Kashmiri brothers and sisters are being tortured and killed at the hands of brutal Indian army. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Kashmiri leadership has strongly condemned the surge in incidents of state terrorism and genocide of Kashmiris by Indian troops in the territory. The JKML, at a meeting of its advisory council in Srinagar, said Kashmiris reject illegal actions taken by the Modi government on and after August 5, 2019 in the Held Valley. In a statement in Srinagar, Chairman of Jammu and Kashmir Muslim Conference, Shabir Ahmad Dar, paid glowing tributes to the victims of Beach Bahara massacre on their martyrdom anniversary today. Over 50 innocent Kashmiris were killed in Beach Bahara on this day in 1993 when Indian Border Security Force opened fire on peaceful demonstrators who were protesting against military siege of Srinagar's Hazrat Bal Shrine. Meanwhile, Indian authorities, through an order, extended ban on the high-speed internet service in occupied territory except for 2 districts of Gandarbal and Udhampur till November 12. In Lebanon, President Michael Aoun designated Saad al-Hariri as Prime Minister to form a new government. Hariri won the backing of a majority of parliamentarians in consultation with Aoun. Today's nomination follows weeks of political wrangling that has delayed a deal on the new government. Hariri's last coalition government was toppled almost exactly a year ago as protests gripped the country, furious at Lebanon's ruling elite. In Afghanistan, 4 people were killed and 14 others wounded after Taliban militants fired mortars at a local bazaar in Faryab province today. In Indonesia, 11 miners have been killed after landslides hit a coal mine in South Sumatra province. In Syria, 13 Daesh militants and 20 Syrian soldiers have been killed during shelling on militants' positions and Russian attackers over in district region of Hana province. And finally, the weather report. Mainly dry weather is likely to prevail over most parts of the country during the next 24 hours, while hot weather is expected in central and southern areas during the next 24 hours. And with that, we come to the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.